1 2 1 2. Can you hear me out there in Radio Land? What a pleasure it is to be here. I'm delighted that you've joined me for my Weird Year in Review quiz, all to raise money for the wonderful Marie Curie charity. So settle in and get yourself ready for an hour or so of questions covering many memorable moments from the past year. But first, a little bit on how the quiz will work. Going all right so far? Nothing's crashed, no children in vision. Can you see any semi-pornographic or questionable books in the background? No, we've covered those up. All you need to play the quiz is a pen and paper, or if you downloaded the answer sheets, you can use those. We'll have 5 rounds of 8 questions. So you're playing for 8 points each round and a total of 40 points altogether. Does that all make sense? I hope so. Once you've decided on an answer, write it down. Traditional, I think. We'll go through the answers after each round and you will mark your own sheets. No looking up the answers. I hope I hardly have to say that. And you don't need to post your answers in the chat. No Googling. I do a lot of pub quizzes. This is me, it's me now. I do a lot of pub quizzes. And one of the ways I've been getting through lockdown is by doing Zoom quizzes. And I'm very disappointed to say that I suspect some of the people cheat. I know, you're shocked. And really, I think we all know you're only cheating yourselves. That's what the teachers used to say, isn't it? I never really knew if I believed that or not. By chat, I'm joining back on the script now. I mean the chat room, which is the box underneath my face. But you can use it to tell us if you're enjoying the quiz, what scores you've got. You can also leave messages for me. If you'd like a shout out during the quiz, I'll do as many as I can. To use the chat room, you'll need to be signed in. Just click on View Chat below. Type in your message, press Enter, and follow the instructions to log in or sign up. Okay, we're nearly there, guys. Stay tuned. Lastly, if you donate, that's the key part. While you take part in the quiz, then you can also leave me a message that way. Again, I will try to read out as many as possible. You can, of course, also just do the quiz without doing all the chat stuff. Now, I am very proud to support Marie Curie. It's a wonderful charity. They do an amazing job providing vital care to those who need it most. But the coronavirus means that nurses and frontline staff are needed now more than ever. Their services really are crucial to take pressure away from the NHS, and they've got to continue to be there throughout the pandemic and beyond. Here's a message to explain why your help is so important.
Hello, my name's Amy Borthwick and I'm a Marie Curie community nurse. I have been now for the last 5 years in Edinburgh and the Lothians. I just wanted to say a huge thank you for taking part in Marie Curie's virtual quiz. Every penny donated really counts at the moment, and thank you so much for donating what you can. I know it's a really challenging time for everybody. At the moment, being a Marie Curie nurse is so much more important to be with people at the end of their lives when their family can't be. Thank you again so much for donating, and have lots of fun for the quiz. Thank you.
If you or someone you know is in need of Marie Curie support, please visit mariecurie.org.uk, where you'll find advice and information, plus details on how to speak to someone. And we do hope that you enjoyed today's quiz. If so, then please consider donating. And once you've considered donating, donate. There's a big green donate button on your screen, and anything you give will be very gratefully received. We suggest a donation of £5 per person to play, but please give what you can if you can. Alternatively, you can text to donate. Just text NURSE, N-U-R-S-E, to 70455 to donate £5, or NURSE, N-U-R-S-E, to 70456 to text £10, to donate £10, I think that means. Text costs £5 or £10 plus your standard network rate, and Marie Curie receives 98% of your donation. Those numbers should be appearing on your screen now. I have no idea if anyone's even out there. It's mysterious talking to you from my very messy study here in northwest London. I can't tell you exactly where because I'd have stalkers outside, baying for my blood. Well, some kind of bodily fluid. Everyone who donates will be entered into our prize draw for a chance to win one of 5 Superdrug self-care bundles, a 2-night stay for up to 6 guests at the Eastbury Cottage in Dorset for when we're out of lockdown, a Balance Me skincare gift set, or a £50 John Lewis voucher. These prizes have all been generously donated and are all up for grabs, so get involved. Also available is some lovely merchandise, all in the rewards section above my head. If you hear people in the background, that is just my family going through their evening routine. We're a very normal family. There are t-shirts, Christmas jumpers, and pillowcases, all with my face on it. Should you be interested, you can tell I've been hitting the wine a little bit early. Let's see if more wine helps. I think it does help. Should you be interested in that sort of thing? It's all been donated to Marie Curie very generously, especially for tonight. A big thank you to Homage Tees, Hubbub Jumpers, and Culture Relevant for being so generous. I've also signed, plug alert, copies of my amazing book. Big thank you to me. I don't think I should say that. And even this, which I take no responsibility for. Can you even see that? Yeah, it's the Tiger King himself, a copy of Joe Exotic's album and DVD. Talking about Joe, if someone's able to dig really deep and donate £70, I'll tell you an exclusive anecdote from my time meeting him. Yeah, think about that. I'm just thinking if it's worth £70. Might be worth more or less. If we reach £7,000, and by the way, amazing news, we've already raised £6,000, so I don't think it's unrealistic to imagine we might get to 7,000. On the page tonight, I may even give you a special rendition of a rap. Rap I once did in a particular episode of mine way back in the day. Don't know if you remember it, but if you do, well, it says lucky you, but I think I'd say unfortunate you. Either way, it will be a revisit to that moment of Weird Weekends. Also, a big hello to the Marie Curie team members who are working in the chat room. If you need any questions repeating, just leave a message in there, and one of them will post a question for you. And now on with the quiz. It's amazing. We're already up to 6,600. Guys, I love what you're doing, donating. Let's get to 7,000 before we even start the quiz. Is that realistic? I'm saying unrealistic goals. And now on with the quiz. It's not moving. Here we are with round one, which is all about the heroes of 2020. And before, oh, hang on. What's that? Something's coming through. Oh my goodness, we have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Who is it? Ladies and gentlemen, only John Culshaw. Hi, John.
What a pleasure to join you on your wonderful quiz tonight. In your wonderful quizzy setting there, the gold behind you looking just right.
Well, for the real talent, they break out the big bucks. No glitter for you, John, not tonight.
Oh, no, just net curtains, that'll do.
How are you? You're up in Lancashire, are you?
London at the moment. Yeah, home is Lancashire, but here for a few days. So, yeah, not too far from you, actually. We're sort of neighbours this evening.
Very nice. How's life treating you? How are you faring in lockdown? Are you doing all right?
Yes, not so bad. It's a very different rhythm, isn't it? And working remotely a lot, doing a lot of Doctor Who audiobooks and radio dramas, Doctor Who dramas, things like that with Big Finish Productions. So yes, working remotely and getting used to that, getting ready for the next remote series of Dead Ringers for Christmas. So yeah, new way of working in this new normal. There's a familiar phrase.
Very nice. Well, nice to do voice work. It's sort of just what the doctor ordered in this world. You can get used to doing it from a studio, and maybe, I mean, I've found myself wondering if I'll ever need to go into the office again. You know, it's oddly beguiling in some ways.
It is. We wonder what life will be like on the other side of all this. Probably a hybrid of this remote way of working and what we were used to in the past. We shall see how it all knits together.
And did I think that you might have some friends there with you who I could speak to?
Yes, I think I'm going to start with Professor Brian Cox because he would describe the movement of the signals. And we see this in this sort of video link up now. Sometimes it stops and pauses and regathers. And this is just the method of remote recording. And when we speak to our neighbours on Mars, it will be just like this kind of call right now. He's a great, always loved the scientist. Patrick Moore as well. Patrick Moore was the first character I ever did, speaking rather more quickly than Professor Brian Cox, but just as interestingly. I take requests.
Have you been enjoying Trump? Like, what do you make of the whole Trump phenomenon?
Oh my goodness, he's almost too easy to do. It's an impression you can't do for too long because it starts to make you feel nauseous, but he's so instantly recognizable. The pouting, I love your country when I'm not president anymore. I'm still president and I will be president forever. But I'm going to visit the United Kingdom. I will visit Stratford-upon-Avon, birthplace of William Shatner. It's going to be so very fantastic, and I'm going to be president forever.
Am I right in thinking that you had given some thought to what he might say if and when he ever chose to actually give up the presidency?
Exactly. I thought that this was a speech that we really needed to hear. So I took the liberty of writing what that might turn out like. So this is Trump's concession speech. I won the election. I won by a lot. 10 million, billion, trillion. That's the lead that I got. I said it to Biden, and I'll say it to you. I won everything else that you can win too. I won every presidency from Hong Kong to the moon. I won the Eurovision Song Contest with my beautiful tune. I ran the Olympics. I won every race. I have won every raffle that ever took place. I won the postcode lottery. I know that for sure. Gonna have Jeff Brazier at the White House door. I won the world's strongest man lifting stuff up that's heavy. I have the very best words, very bigly kofevi. I won the world boxing title. You don't need to know how. I'm the next king of England. I should be doing that now. Don't ask me mean questions. That's a mean thing to do. Who the heck do you think you are, Mr. Louis Theroux? Have a fantastic quiz night. Such a great thing to do. And no, I'm not going to enter because I just win that too.
Come on. Very, very
ever here.
Too close to the truth. I mean, it's actually funny, but also vaguely painful because it's so true to life.
Yes, exactly. I hope there wasn't too much interference just there. Maybe it was the gods being merciful, editing out a bit too much Donald, if that happened.
I saw it all and enjoyed it all. He gave a speech I heard yesterday on Facebook where he said something more or less along the same lines to do with the fact that he'd won the election, but everyone had conspired to deprive him of his rightful victory. On that strange and bizarre note, on an evening which we've dedicated to looking back on the strangeness and bizarreness of the year gone by, may I invite you to kick off the quiz by asking the first question, John?
I would love to. Thank you, Louis. What a great honour it is to ask the first question. This is all about the wonderful Captain Sir Tom Moore.
So I'll deliver this question in the voice of another Tom, Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor. And I think, yes, he has the gravitas for such a wonderful fellow. Captain Sir Tom Moore, one of the finest Earthmen. Oh, yes. He raised over £30 million during lockdown. But how old is Captain Sir Tom Moore? Is he 98? Is he 99? Or is the great man 100? I'll run that through one more time very quickly. Captain Sir Tom Moore raised over £30 million during lockdown. But how old is the great Sir Tom Moore? Is he 98, 99, or 100? A very fine fellow.
Brilliant. Lovely to have you here, John. And thank you, Tom Baker, as well, for dropping in. Time Lords, you just never know when they're going to pop up, do you? When or where?
No, it could be in the future, it could be in the past. It's always very fascinating, and it always shall last, yes.
Yes, indeed. Have a great rest of your evening. See you, if not later in the year, then in a happier 2021. Take care, John. Thanks again. Cheers.
All the best, Louis, and best of luck with the quiz, and I hope you raise wonderful amounts of money. I know you will.
Thank you. And now on with the rest of round one. And by the way, we're already on £7,800, which means I have to do my rap. Stop up your ears, ladies and gentlemen, because this is something you may not know what you've signed on for. No. So the rap I did was from Weird Weekends, Series 3, Episode 6. Was it episode? It was the one about gangster rap, anyway. And do I remember it? I think I do. It goes, my money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble. You know, right here in my fear. You really have to see it. 6 feet. Oh, I've already bungled it. My money don't dribble dribble. I have to start from again. I can't jump in the middle. My money don't dribble jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble. You know, right in my fear. You really have to see it. How does it go after that? I'm 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back and got a knack to relax in my mind. I feel fine and I'm sipping some red wine. Oh my goodness, did I get it? I feel like I missed out some words. Notwithstanding that, there it was. I feel like a question. We need to cleanse our palate with a question. Let's get into the quiz. Are you ready? Question 2. Here it is. What is the body coach's real name? Okay. Many of us have been watching during lockdown. I know I have. What is the body coach's real name? Yeah. I've been doing a lot of it. Spoiler alert. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to give it away. Okay, fine. We're moving on. That was question 2. We had 2 questions. Buckle in. Question 3. Are you ready? Which English footballer's campaign against child poverty forced 2 government U-turns? Which English footballer's campaign against child poverty forced 2 government U-turns? And by the way, while you're thinking about that, just to let you know, amazing news, we are on £8,300. You know, I like doing quizzes so much. It's actually a weird temptation because I don't have the answers here. I kind of want to do the quiz myself, but I don't know if that's allowed. Maybe they'll let me know. Am I allowed to write down my own answers? Probably not. I'd have to pay £5. I think I can manage that. Question 4. You can do it yourself, they're telling me. I'm going to do it. Question 4. What started in the UK on the 25th of March at 8 p.m.? What started in the UK? I'll write it down here. I don't know if I can do this. I'll make a start. What started in the UK on the 25th of March, 8 p.m.? Got it? I'm supposed to wait 5 seconds while you gather your thoughts. If I'm going too quickly, let me know. Okay, question 5. I wonder if I'm the only one combining this with red wine. The rap was very on message, given that I'm drinking a little red wine as I do it. In April, this is question 5. In April, which country singer donated $1 million to a Nashville medical center to help with COVID vaccine research? I think I know that one too. It's really annoying to have the quiz master saying, oh, I think I know that one. Sorry, I'm going to stop doing that. It's like saying, like, oh, that's an easy one. None of them are, they're only easy if you know them, because there's messages coming in. Fantastic news, we're on £8,300. That's great. Sam Humby donated £70 to hear your Tiger King anecdote and says, love you, Louis. All right, fine. So basically, as many of you will know, in lockdown, there was a viral sensation with this Tiger King Netflix series. And I felt a little bit like my thunder had been stolen, because back in 2011, I made a series, not a series, I made a one-off episode as part of a documentary called America's Most Dangerous Pets. And I spent 8 days with Joe Exotic at his zoo out there in Oklahoma. And so the first thing to say is, of course, you know, he had 160 tigers then, not the 200 that he had later on. And in meeting him, I just remember thinking, like, he was a really weird mixture of, he had his blonde mullet, he had his earrings down here and his nipple rings. Later found out he had a Prince Albert in the head of his penis. Can I say that? I'm using the medical term. I didn't realize that at the time. But the two things that you know, well, the three things I'm going to mention. One is in the program that one of the first things he did was says, if I put you in that cage with that tiger, you know, he's going to make a mess of you. I'd have to shoot you in the head. And I said, well, wouldn't it make more sense to shoot the tiger in the head? And he said, no, because that tiger, he'll tear you up so bad, there'll be no putting you back together. It'd be more humane to shoot you and then shoot the tiger. So, you know, strange priorities, but that was the way he saw it. The other thing to say is I kind of enjoyed hanging out with him, even though I questioned his methods, the fact that he had all these tigers, that he was breeding tigers in order to basically have them for photos, have baby tigers for photos. But what I recall looking back was he was kind of fun to hang out with. And on night 2 or night 3, he hosted a barbecue for us. And there was a lot of meat, and it was quite delicious. I remember thinking, like, wow, he's really paid a lot of money for the steak. Later on, when I watched Tiger King, I realized that all their meat that they had donated, that was expired and spoiled meat from Walmart, was meat he used to eat and feed to his guests. So I suddenly thought, oh, wow, I guess I was eating expired Walmart meat, which didn't worry me, but it struck me as kind of made sense of why there was so much meat at the barbecue. The last thing, which I've never told anyone, if you notice, like in the program, he's got a twitch, like where his nose goes up and down like this, almost like a rabbit. It's kind of like, here we are, you know, I'm Joe Exotic. I don't do a very good impression. I do a sort of generic Southern American. And at the time, I remember thinking, wow, he really does that a lot. I wonder what it feels like to do that. And they did it a few times, and I did it a few more times. And then for several weeks afterwards, I found myself involuntarily doing it. I'd actually picked it up almost like a virus. Like I couldn't stop. The twitch was a contagious phenomenon, and I began twitching. So never before disclosed, I caught a twitch from Joe Exotic. I've managed to shake it since then. Greg's and Bacon in the chat room says, hi, Louis, I love you. Erica in the chat room wants to know if you're drinking Chateau Neuf du Pape. If I'm drinking, I think. It is, I go New World with my wine. Finca Las Moras, Barrel Select Malbec. It's a Malbec from somewhere in Argentina. There we go. Listen, get back to the quiz. I'm waffling. Question 6, which singer kept us dancing during lockdown with her kitchen discos? Which singer kept us dancing in lockdown with her kitchen discos? I won't say I know that. I think I know that. Question 7. On 25th June, Liverpool became the Premier League champions. But which team did they beat? Oh, I don't know that one. On the 25th of June, Liverpool became the Premier League champions. Which team did they beat? Someone once told me they thought I looked like Jurgen Klopp, which I would take as a compliment. His teeth are extraordinarily white. I think we can all agree. I don't think they were talking about my teeth. Anyone with glasses qualifies as a lookalike in my world. So it would seem. Greg's and Bacon in the chat room says, hi, Louis, I love you. I think I already read that one. Vanisha and Luke donated £30 to see me wear my turkey head. Did you know that I've agreed to put on certain hats? Maybe that's come up on your messages. So here it comes, guys. If that money's come, £30 seems a rather small amount to see me put on a turkey head, but I guess that's the deal. What do you think? I've never worn a turkey head before. I'll keep it on for the next question. And can you see enough of that? Does it seem like I'm wearing it all right? I guess there's no really wrong way of wearing a turkey on your head. Well, label at the back is traditional. Okay, question 8. In November, who released their memoir entitled A Promised Land? Was it Barack Obama or the New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern? Question 8, in November, who released their memoir entitled The Promised Land? Was it Barack Obama or the New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern? Jacinda Ardern. I'm not saying that it's Jacinda Ardern. I'm just saying the name because I like the name, the way it sounds on my tongue. We are now on just under £8,600. Good work, guys. This turkey hat is making my ears extremely hot. I'm going to take it off. Do they look very red? Honestly, I could be talking to myself. Is anyone out there? Remember, you don't need to write your answers in the chat. Some people write them in the chat. Just write them down, and you'll mark your own sheets later. It's an honor system. Okay, just a little reminder if you've been helping. Some great questions there. Yes, there are. If you're enjoying the quiz, let us know in the chat. Do tell us your scores as we go along as well. Remember that fun poll and the rewards are above me if you want to play along. It all raises funds for the wonderful Marie Curie. Do I sound like a hostage? Do I sound like someone who's been kidnapped and is being forced to read out a script? That couldn't be further from the truth. Now, read some shout outs. The bits in green I don't read out. Thanks so much, Caitlin, for donating. Catlin, for donating £25. Catlin says, donating in memory of a lost loved one. I hope this makes a small difference for someone else. A big shout out to Debbie Mooney, who's asked if she could borrow me from my wife at weekends. I think that's a yes. I don't think I need to ask her. She trusts me not to get into mischief. Leave details in the chat. Netta from the chat room says, hello from Israel. Hello from Northwest London to you, Netta. That's amazing. We're going global. How about that? And a big hello to the Durham Grimbergen Society. Like that. What could that be? A Grimbergen Society. Bergen is mountains, is it? Maybe it was someone called Grimbergen. If anyone else who's from offshore, wherever you are in the world, let us know. I'd love to hear where you all are. A huge thank you to Chloe Whitehead at Marie Curie, who I understand is a big fan of mine and watching tonight. Hello, Chloe. Unsafety Dancer in the chat room says, good evening from snowy wee Glasgow. There we go. That's not international as such. Well, kind of. I don't know. Maybe soon, depending on what happens. Let's not get too political. So we read out a few shout-outs. We'll do some more in a minute, but why don't we read out our answers to round one. Read through once, no pauses. I can do that. A1, are you ready? This is it. Finish those out. No more answers. A1, Sir Captain Tom Moore is, I didn't know this one, 100 years old. Question 2, the body coach is, of course, Joe Wicks, awarded a Guinness World Record for most viewers for a fitness workout live stream on YouTube, after achieving over 950,000 viewers on the 24th of March. And by the way, I have been doing my Joe Wicks more or less every weekday since the beginning of lockdown. I did a 20-minute wake up with Joe this morning. It was hardcore. 3, the English footballer campaigning against child poverty is Marcus Rashford. 4, it started in the UK on 25th March, 8 p.m. It was, clap for carers, or the NHS clap. Oh, I thought it was lockdown. Silly Billy. Okay, maybe I'm not taking part in the quiz. The country singer who donated $1 million to COVID vaccine research is Dolly Parton. The star of the Kitchen Discos, this is 6. The star of the Kitchen Discos is Sophie Ellis-Bextor. 7, in the Premier League final, Liverpool beat Man City 2-1. I didn't know that. The memoir, entitled A Promised Land, is by Barack Obama. Okay? So, tot up your scores, give yourself a mark out of 8, keep a note of it, and at the end you can add up to your score. Your final score will be out of 40. Getting some plum notes. And what are the notes? That's about it. 1,500 households viewing. That's amazing. Thanks so much to Liv, who donated £20. to give an hour of nursing care. Big hello to Tom at Tiltify, who is watching tonight. Hello to Brian and Pauline in Watford. Their team name is Thinking It Theroux. I like that pun. Very original. Alice Bramley donated £35 and says, shout out to Emma and Becky. Okay, got that? Any more shout outs? Yes, I'll go down. Hello to Debs Lynham. Debs Lynham. Now it's all Gabsy Lineker. Funny? Not funny. That was a very tortured pun. Debs Lynham. Gabsy Lineker. Never mind. We'll edit that bit out. Thanks to Nick, who donated £50 for my memoir. Got to get through this. I didn't come here to plug my memoir. Thanks to wife of Brian for £40 donation, also for my memoir. How many of these am I giving away? The signature is free. The book is very reasonably priced. Lauren says my boyfriend loves you and has a pillowcase with your face on it. Okay, I like that. Daisy Smith for 6/8. I don't even know what that means. Please, can you make it clear what I'm saying there? Amy donated £30 towards a t-shirt and says, we love you. Well, I've done a lot of shout outs. Let's get back to the quiz. And now it's on to round 2, which is all about the dun, 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 villains of 2020. Oh, this sounds scary, this one. Question 1, villains. Which storm hit the UK in February, causing a record number of flood warnings across England? Can a storm be a villain? I think of weather as being outside morality. Maybe that's just me. Which storm hit the UK in February, causing a record number of flood warnings across England? Question 2. In March this year, a painting called Parsonage Garden at Noonan in Spring, that pronunciation was speculative, Noonan, valued at £5 million, was stolen from the Singer-Laren Museum in the Netherlands. But who painted it? Wow, these are getting harder. I have no clue. In March this year, a painting called Parsonage Garden at Noonan in Spring, valued at £5 million, was stolen from the Singer-Laren Museum in the Netherlands. I hope no one from Holland is listening. That was, sorry about that. I had a minor brain aneurysm. In the Netherlands, but who painted it? Question 3. Am I going too fast? Question 3. I wish I was out there doing the quiz with you guys. Can't be helped. Dominic Cummings took a trip to Barnard Castle in April. Remember that? Seems a long time ago. He was testing his eyes. But which county is the castle in? When I test my eyes, I go and look at a castle. Who needs Specsavers? Am I right? Number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? Anyone who's had their eyes tested knows what I'm talking about. I'm amusing myself so much. I don't know why. Question, so we're going to repeat that one. Dominic Cummings took a trip to Barnard Castle in April, but which county is the castle in? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? And what about if they both look the same and you're like, I'm not sure they both look the same. Okay, where are we? Should we do some shout outs? No, let's do 2 questions and then we'll do some shout outs. Following a multi-million-dollar FBI investigation, who was arrested in New Hampshire on 2nd July? I wouldn't be much use on this one. America's supposed to be my special subject. Following a multi-million-dollar FBI investigation, who was arrested in New Hampshire on 2nd July? I've got an idea, but I might be wrong. A big hello to Becky Davies. That's not a question, it's a shout out. And thank you for your donation. And hi to Neris. Hi, Neris. Rosie and Robin say, caps. We love you, Louis. That was me doing capitals. No, Nancy, my wife's going to come up and say, keep it down. Orlando Morris says she has a mug, a pillowcase, and a phone case with my face on it. Well, I have a lot of merch of myself, but even I don't have a phone case. I do have a mug. I don't think I have a pillowcase. Thank you to Julia, who donated £5 to gift a meal at Marie Curie Hospice. Thanks to Amy, who donated £30 for a Louis Theroux t-shirt and says, we love you. Thanks to Rasheen, who donated £40 and says, we want a documentary shout out for Louis Theroux and Theroux. How do you do a documentary shout out? Is it different from a normal one? Do you say, I was with Rasheen, who donated £40, making a documentary shout out for Louis Theroux and Theroux? That's my voiceover voice. Okay. Question 5. Also in July, which US chat show was cancelled following allegations of bullying and misconduct against several of the show's producers? Oh, this is getting harder now, isn't it, guys? Question, did I read that twice? I'll do it again. Also in July, this is question 5. Which US chat show was cancelled following allegations of bullying and misconduct against several of the show's producers? I think I do know that. Sorry, I won't say that. Okay, question 6. How are you doing? Are you still out there, people? In September, the drama series The Salisbury Poisonings hit our TV screens. But what was the name of the nerve agent used to poison a Russian double agent and his daughter? In September, the drama series The Salisbury Poisonings hit our TV screens, but what was the name of the nerve agent that was used to poison a Russian double agent and his daughter? Should I do a couple of shout-outs while you're thinking about that? I love these questions. Catherine Whitaker donated £10 and says, Louis, I've loved you ever since you danced to Groove is in the Heart. Groove is in the Heart. Groove is in the Heart. That's quite easy to do that. I thought Lady Miss Keir had an amazing voice, but maybe anyone can do that. Or maybe just me and her can do that. Groove is in the Heart. Groove is in the Heart. With the wonderful Adam and Joe donating heart for my mum who's passed away from cancer 11 years ago yesterday. Thank you for doing this. It's a pleasure. Thanks to Alex and Katie who donated £10 to gift 3 meals to Marie Curie residents. A big thank you to Chloe Whitehead again. Each time people write, are they donating or are we just indulging narcissism? I mean, in theory, Chloe Whitehead could just keep writing her name over and over again at no cost to herself, just clogging up the channels. She donated. Okay, fine. I take it back. A big thank you to Chloe Whitehead. And maybe an apology. Because she really is the biggest fan. Thank you for your donations. Holly Barrett, I don't know why I doubted you. I don't know how the words end up here. And someone just got erased and I hadn't even read them out. And they probably donated as well. Sorry. No one said it would be fair. Question 6. In September, the drama series The Salisbury, we did that one. In October, question 7. In October, who said, I won't do an impression, that will give it away by its uncanny accuracy. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. I feel better than I did 20 years ago. I don't even know who that was. I'll do a neutral act. I'll do a Joe Exotic accent, and that way it will scramble your circuits. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. I feel better than I did 20 years ago. Maybe it was Joe Exotic. I don't think so. They did say he had COVID in prison, but it turned out he didn't. That was a inaccurate rumor. Question 8. In November, which actor lost a High Court libel case against the Sun newspaper? Ooh, we're talking quite recent now. Question 8. In November, which actor lost a High Court libel case against the Sun newspaper? Actor in modern parlance, can be male or female, at least in my world. So I just made it more difficult for you. A huge hiya or hiya to Martin Hall, who donated £40 and is the Geordie Michael Flatley. You might want to keep that quiet, possibly. Maybe not. He can dance and he has a very shiny chest. So make of that what you will. He'd have been a good when Louis met, I sometimes thought. Michael Flatley. Flatley, my dear, I don't river dance. Remember that? That was a joke from whatchamacallit? Alan Partridge. It's a good joke. Read through once, no pauses. Are you ready for your answers to round 2? You'd like a second or two to finish up, wouldn't you? Shall I read this, what it says on my screen? Why not? Some tricky questions there. How are you getting on? Let us know. And while you're finishing off your answers, a big shout out to read some shout outs. I'm not supposed to read the bits in green, but I like to do it because it amuses me. We are now on £9,186! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. That's good going, guys. Surely we can get to 10,000. If you make another £70 donation, I will do my other rap, which is a rap I wrote at university, a comedy rap that I did in the style of Queen Elizabeth. I was tickled by the materialism that I heard in rap, and I thought it would be funny to parody it by doing a rap in the persona of the Queen. And then I remember doing it for my friends. In fact, Joe Cornish, another friend called Zach, we were all big rap fans, and I did my Queen Elizabeth rap for them, and they just sat there sort of speechless, like, and not in a good way, like, that was so cringe. This was before cringe became a word, but they were evidently unimpressed. If that doesn't tantalize you, then I'm out of ideas. So that was £70 to hear my Queen Elizabeth rap. Charlie's donated £30 to own a t-shirt with my face on it. Sarah and Olivia donated £10 for meals for Marie Curie hospice residents. Phil and Hannah, £20. We love you, Louis. How many bottles in are you? Is it that obvious? Well done to everyone at Marie Curie for the amazing work you do. I mean, you know what? I've had a long day, so I probably look more sozzled than I am, but I am about a third of the way through that. Finca las Moras. Very nice, rich, and I'm getting some woody notes now, vanilla. Here are your answers to round 2. Are you ready? Read through once, no pauses. Answer 1, the record-breaking storm that hit the UK in February was Storm Dennis. Question 2, Parsonage Gardens at Newnan in spring was painted by Vincent van Gogh, or as they say in America, Vincent van Gogh, or as they say in Holland, how do they say? Van Gogh is what they say, Van Gogh. I don't know how they say Vincent. Vincent van Gogh. Barnard Castle is in County Durham. That was question 3. The person arrested in New Hampshire on 2nd July was Ghislaine Maxwell. You may say Gillen or Gislin. I choose to say Ghislaine. Question 5, the US chat show that was cancelled in July was the Ellen DeGeneres show. Hand on heart, I did not realize that had actually been cancelled. Question 6, the nerve agent used in the Salisbury poisoning was Novichok. Question 7, don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. I feel better than I did 20 years ago. That was, of course, Donald Trump. Question, not Joe Exotic. Question 8, the actor who lost a High Court libel case against the Sun newspaper was Johnny Depp. By the way, I have other hats that I'm accepting donations. Well, I have one other hat, which is a Christmas hat, and I have some antlers. To put the hats on or to hear the rap, the other rap, the Queen Elizabeth rap. Hello to Liv Turner Tompkins from Bristol Uni. Olwyn Wally donated £5 and says, shout out for University of Warwick, students to Bisley Bods and Exeter. Hello to M. Zadie of the Warner Music alumni. Did I get that? Meld donated £20 and says, will you consider doing documentaries related to K-pop? Love your documentaries. This is a great quiz for an amazing cause. Oh, thanks, Meld. A K-pop doc. You know, back in the day, way back, I looked at doing one on boy bands. This was late 90s, and also thought about doing one on Japanese culture, specifically the world of Western. There was a culture of Westerns being out there as show business personalities. You know, show business is a hard topic for me because in the end, it's almost too close to home, if that doesn't sound strange. Like it's too quote unquote normal. I think there is a good doc in K-pop, but whether it needs me in it is open to question. I know there's a big, you know, I'm going to show my age, the big Korean band. I want to say BDSM, but I know that isn't what they're called because that stands for bondage, domination, sadism, and masochism. But I'm sure they're very good. And now it's on to round 3, which is the politics and pandemic round. And news just in, we're on just under 9,500. Come on, guys, we can get to 10,000, can't we? I'm sure we can. Chloe and Sam donated £20 and say, shout out to Amina at Marie Curie, who is the amazing writer who's sending me these messages. What is the word? Amina, what is the word for what you actually do? She's going to tell me in a minute. Stay tuned for that answer. Ollie donated £25. Will you consider doing documentaries related to K-pop? I read that. Didn't I already read that? Okay, guys, this is why they have dress rehearsals. When we do the real thing, it'll run very smoothly. Live script writer is the answer. Amina is the live script writer. Thank you, Amina. You're doing a great job. Okay, are we on to whichever round we're on? It's the round we're on, and I'm about to start. Question 1. The UK left the EU on the 31st of January with a deal called the Withdrawal Agreement and entered a transition period. But on which date this year does the transition period end? Yikes. That's hard. Hang in there, people. You're doing great. The UK left the EU on 31st Jan with a deal called the Withdrawal Agreement and entered a transition period, but on which date this year does the transition period end? Question 2. Rishi Sunak became Chancellor of the Exchequer in February, but who did he take over from? Question 2. Rishi Sunak became Chancellor of the Exchequer in February, but from whom, I'm going to correct the grammar, from whom did he take over from? Why not have 2 froms, right? Sip of wine. Total is now £9,600. Don't forget, someone's already paid for the turkey hat, but there are 2 other items of headgear also available. And I've threatened to do my university wrap in the style of Queen Elizabeth. And also all sorts of prizes on offer. Let's carry on. On what date, question 3, did the UK first go into lockdown? Was it 16th of March, 18th of March, or 20th of March? On what date did the UK first go into lockdown? Was it 16th of March, 18th of March, or 20th of March? Can you remember? Seems a long time ago. First lockdown, of course, is what it's all about. Remember that? Question 4. Turkey's coming off. Ears are getting hot. Although not confirmed, presumably they get hot to disperse the heat. It's not working. Although not confirmed, which Chinese province was potentially the source of the COVID outbreak? Although not confirmed, which Chinese province, China, was potentially the source of the COVID outbreak? You know, when I know the answer, it's a weirdly strong temptation to shout it out. I was one of those kids in class who always had his hand up, kind of going like that. And I'm having to keep that in check. Total is now 9,600, we said that. Come on, guys. The Bonds donated £50 and says, great event. Good luck, Louis. Great quiz. Thank you, the Bonds. Quiz team. Theroux up in Oxford donated £10. Thanks, Louis. This is great. Shout out and Norwich love to my awesome teammates. Also, Grimbergen is in Belgium. It's a Belgian beer. Thank you. We learned something. Grimbergen. Godverdomme. Ali says, hey, Louis, please shout out Alison McGann. We had a great, I asked for global appeal. Who else is out there from other countries after getting a shout out from Israel, and nothing's come back? Glasgow, but that doesn't really count. I adore your docs and your quirkiness. That was Alice who said that. Jem loves Louis says, marry me? Question mark. Well, that's very nice to hear that, Jem. I will take your proposal into consideration and check with my wife how she feels about that. Katie from Liverpool, love your podcast. Kept me entertained during lockdown. Thank you and keep them coming. Grounded Series 2 dropped this week. The first one with Michaela Cole was earlier this week. Episode 2 comes on Monday, an interview with Sia, the brilliant singer and songwriter, whose hit Chandelier is one of my karaoke favorites. In the chandelier. I don't know how that sounded where you are. In here, that sounded amazing. Just then. Chandelier. That didn't sound amazing. I started too high. Chandelier. Sorry, edit that bit out. Although not confirmed, I'm back in the quiz. Although, I know we did that. According to Wikipedia, question 5, Boris Johnson has at least how many children? Wow. According to Wikipedia, Boris Johnson has at least how many children? Don't look. You're only cheating yourself if you cheat. Question 6, we saw lots of celebrities coming out to support Trump or Biden. Did I read the last one twice? I'm going to read it twice just in case. According to Wikipedia, Boris Johnson has at least how many children? Question 6, we saw lots of celebrities coming out to support Trump or Biden during the voting period. I can hear my son coming in. Is he saying in? Okay, I'll be quiet. Okay, this is live. It's all live, ladies and gentlemen. I have to be quiet. Can you still hear me? Okay, I was being too loud. We saw, this is the COVID world. This is how we do it. We saw lots of celebrities coming out to support Trump or Biden during the voting period. But what did film star and Friends actor Paul Rudd give out to New Yorkers while they queued to vote? Was it water, pretzels, or cookies? Okay, that was question 6. We saw, it was probably my Sia that was tipping us over the edge. No more karaoke, guys. I might have to withdraw that offer to do the Queen Elizabeth rap, or I can whisper it. We saw lots of celebrities coming out to support Trump or Biden during the voting period. What did film star and Friends actor Paul Rudd give out to New Yorkers while they queued to vote? Was it water, pretzels, or cookies? I love a bit of Paul Rudd. I don't think of him as a Friends actor, though. I think of him as the guy in Ant-Man, among other things. Question 7. What, my live screen? Oh, it's still there. 9,800. Total raised. Brilliant. 9,800. We're tantalizingly close. We're getting very close to 10,000. Come on, all it is another 200. What does it say? Kate Mack says, shout out to Canada. Hello from snowy Toronto. We love you. That wasn't a Canadian accent. Paul Hamilton donated £20. Big shout out to you, Paul, representing Scunthorpe. Well done, you. Scunthorpe came through. I once did a live online thing for the BBC, and every time someone tried to write in Scunthorpe, the obscenity blocker erased it. Can you imagine why that would be? It's a shock. Okay, that's a true story. Hi, Louis. Big hello from Big Stevie and Big Jemmy from Australia. Hello from here to you. Big Stevie and Big Jemmy from Northwest London. Thank you for joining us. £20, Sarah and Adrian. Playing in memory of my brother Rob, who received excellent care at the West Midlands Hospice. Shout out to Lou and Han, competing against us up in Leeds. Okay, good stuff. We must be at 10,000. I'm on tenterhooks. Okay, question 7. We're moving on. I'm going to read this and pour wine at the same time. To the nearest million, how many followers does Donald Trump have on Twitter? I'm spelling it. Is it 9 million, 49 million, or 89 million? Oh, that's a big range. To the nearest million, how many followers does Donald Trump have on Twitter? Is it 9 million, 49 million, or 89 million? Am I being too loud? Wow. All big numbers. I've got 2 million. I'm not boasting. That's not a clue either. It's a statement of fact. Most of them are probably not even real people. There might be even Russian bots. I have never paid for Twitter followers, but I've heard that some people do that. Question 8. Which former politician was the first celebrity to get knocked out of Strictly Come Dancing this year? Which former politician was the first celebrity to get knocked out of Strictly Come Dancing this year? Have you been watching that? I have been enjoying that. A lot of good dancers. I thought Caroline Quentin was good, but then she got knocked out. Last week was extraordinary. A man called Harvey, spelt with no vowels. Absolutely amazing. Did a dance that I saw it and I said to my wife, I said, this is historic. His dancing is absolutely amazing. And sure enough, he got 3 tens. Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? And I remember thinking like, wow, I really know a lot about dancing. I saw that and I knew that was good. And I felt like maybe I could be a judge on Strictly. I'm available. We are on £9,832. It's going up kind of steadily, but I think we're going to get there. We're going to get there to 10,000 and beyond and beyond. Let's shoot for the stars. Shout out for Dr. Danielle Bruchez, or Bruchez, pardon me, or Bruchet, working hard on COVID ward in Western Hospital. Massive shout out to Tom Gibson. Shout out to Mark, Amy, and the kittens. Thank you for donating £20 to Marie Curie. Ellie Gunnar Taylor donated £10. She says, love you, Louis. I'm not ashamed to say I have several items with your face on. Marie Curie is an amazing charity that does such important work. Thank you for what you're doing. Well, thank you to all the people at Marie Curie. That's very true. Gary Johnson says, when can we expect you on Strictly? That's a good question. I sometimes do think about doing it, and then I remember that I'm not very good at dancing, and that it would be extremely embarrassing. And nevertheless, I do think about it. Jeremy Vine was an older person who did it, and he did quite well at it. But he used to dance with a very big grin on his face. Do you ever see any of that? It was oddly unnerving, seeing his big, lanky frame with a huge grin on his face. But he did do dance. He danced quite well. Question 7. We're back to the quiz. To the nearest million. We did that one. Question 8. Which former politician was the... We did that one. Come on, Louis, you're losing it. Stay focused. How did that round go for you? That's a question. Let's do some shout outs. What, again? And give you a chance to rest your heads. Read some shout outs. When it says that, I think basically it means have a sip of wine. Okay. Shout outs. Hi from Lucy and Jack, Liverpool. I'm assuming that's correct. Are you sure that's correct? Or is it Lucy and Jack in Liverpool? Either way, it's a hi from them. I've had the My Money Don't Jiggle Jiggle, It Folds rap in my head for weeks. Thanks so much for doing it. Made our night. Karen donated £20 and says, please can you shout out to my daughter JL? Spelled Jael, like Jail Phelps, but it says brackets, not Phelps, to make her smile in isolation from school. I didn't know any other jails before now. I only knew Jail Phelps. That's great to hear that there's other jails out there. And thank you, Karen, for the £20 donation. Claire donated and says, you are doing a brilliant job. Thank you. My son crashed my virtual quiz too. My sister will be watching in Utah, if that's any good for your global shout out. That is good. It would mean more if it came from the sister in Utah. Are you out there, sister in Utah? We need to hear from you to make it all feel proper. Okay, just hang on to your hats, guys. Something's coming in. My satellite, I'm getting something beaming in. Yes, I can confirm we have hit 10,000 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, 10,000 pounds and 57 pounds. To be exact, 10,057 pounds. We've made history. That's brilliant. Well done, everyone. What's the next target? 10,058, maybe even more. Hello to Arthur Thomas, aged 83. Your good health, sir. You are doing amazing work. Marie Curie is an amazing charity, and we're doing them proud tonight. Should we move on to the politics and pandemic round? Remember, there are 8 points up for grabs. I think you knew that. I don't think we're doing a joke around. My live scriptwriter can let me know. When I do Zoom quizzes, sometimes they do a joke around and you double all your scores, but no one's mentioned that. Here we go. Read through once, no pauses. Okay, so this is slightly different. Read through once, no pauses. Did you get that? So you have to pay extra close attention because there's no second read through and no pauses. I'm going to do a countdown. Count it off. 3, 2, oh, hang on. I'm getting a message. We are doing a lightning round where the prize is, this is the lightning round, a personalized thank you video. Amina's sending me a message. What is it, Amina? Where the prize is a personalized thank you video from me. I think from Amina, from the looks of it. But I will happily do one as well. So you'll get 2. No, ha ha ha. Okay, it's just from me. So this is a lightning round. You get a personalized thank you video from me. If you what? If you win, maybe. If you do well on it, that will all become clear. So I'm reading through once, no pauses, from Louis Theroux's. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 1. The EU transition period ends on. Do I read the answers as well? I should have cleared it. Am I going to read the answers, Amina? Do I just read out and then read the answers? I assume so. She's going to give me the answer. I'll have a sip of wine while she gives me the answer. Because the answer's up there. I'm just going to read it through, no pauses with the answer. I'm just going to do it. It says it and I'm going to do it. Amina's gone to the bathroom. She's getting a glass of wine. Here we go. The EU transition period ends on 31st December 2020. The former Chancellor of the Exchequer was Sajid Javid. The UK began lockdown on 16th of March. The Chinese province that was potentially the source of the COVID was Wuhan. According to Wikipedia, Boris Johnson has at least 6 children. That's a lot. Well, is it? Actor Paul Rudd was seen giving out cookies to waiting voters in New York. Donald Trump has nearly 89 million followers on Twitter. The first celebrity to be knocked out of Strictly Come Dancing this year was former Home Secretary Jackie Smith. And that was it. How did you do? Let us know. Oh, the lightning round is later. I've totally confused myself. These are the answers to the round you just delivered. Okay, got it. I am paying attention. Fraggle donated £5 and says, thanks, shout out to Lauren, working on the COVID-19 ward. Shout out to you, Lauren. Rob donated £5. He's from North London and says, hey, Louis, big fan and aspiring documentary maker here. Thank you for all your films. The one about autism is a special inspiration to me. That's lovely to hear that. Okay, so we are doing amazingly well. We're over £10,000, as you know. You're making a huge difference to Marie Curie. Well done, everyone. To give me a chance to rest and recuperate and get back in the zone. Here is another short video to remind us where all your generous donations are going.
If you need us,
Sorry about that, I confused myself. Okay, how long is the video? That's all good, okay, no worries. Yeah, fine, yeah.
We need your help to keep those vital services going, not only in our hospices but also in the communities.
I've just come out and taken my mask off and you can see the marks on my face.
I'm really grateful for staff who are all working really hard in these really difficult times.
if you need us, we're still there, more so than ever.
At the Marie Curie hospices in Glasgow and across the UK, we're still very much delivering vital end-of-life and palliative care services.
Although it's quiet, we're actually really busy making plans for how we can care for more people with coronavirus when they need us.
So I have my hand gel and my wash and tissues to dry my hands with, and I have my mask and my gloves and my apron.
We need your help to keep those vital services going, not only in our hospices but also in the communities.
I've just come out and taken my mask off and you can see the marks on my face.
I'm really grateful for staff who are all working really hard in these really difficult times.
Thank you for watching that on the amazing. It really is a wonderful cause, and if I can be serious for a moment, as someone who has lost a couple of loved ones to cancer, or at least and had cancer scares in the family, I'm all too aware of how much great work Marie Curie does. So you're being here tonight, you're taking part in the quiz is hugely appreciated. Hopefully you're having fun as well, but you should feel good about being here. It's for a terrific cause. And that's why I'm here as well, to have a bit of fun, but also do it for a good cause. So we are back in the quiz. I'm going to do a couple of shout outs. Rascal donated £20. Hi Louis, very entertaining quiz for a great cause. Quite right. Looks like your glass needs topping up some more. I did that while you were watching the video. Finca Las Moras. It's a Malbec from Argentina. Miss Curran's got 2 out of 8 in that round. Jai says they only got 3 on that. Yikes. Lou says they got 5 out of 8. That's more like it. Not very pleased with that score, but actually that isn't too bad compared with Miss Curran's and Jaya, or Gaia, G-Y-R-E. I go New World on my wines. I think I mentioned that. New Zealand whites, South American reds. I like to, I remember when wine used to, like £5 was sort of my benchmark for how much a bottle of wine should cost. I'm quite thrifty, is the polite term. And then now as I've got older, and I try not to be too, what's the word, tight? And, but I'm still looking for those special offers, £7, £8. This one was on reduced from £9 to £7. Anyway, that's TMI probably. Martin James donated £30 and says, shout out to their cat Cronkers, who is helping him with the quiz. Cronkers, I wish I had a cat that could help me with a quiz. Good on you, Cronkers. So, round 4 is the culture round. How many rounds are there altogether? Amina can tell us that in a minute. And while she's telling us, I will get on with the questions. Question 1. In January, which major global news organization announced that it would no longer accept advertising from oil and gas companies, becoming the first to institute such a ban on the fossil fuel industry? Read that again. In January, which major global news organization announced it would no longer accept advertising from oil and gas companies, becoming the first to institute such a ban on the fossil fuel industry? Think about it. The clue is in the question. That's what they used to say on blankety blank. So there are 5 rounds plus a lightning round. So we're on round 4. We've got 1 round plus a lightning round. Is that right, Amina? I think it might be. Question 2. In March, am I being too loud? Children noises coming from the other room. In March, the theme tune to No Time to Die, the latest Bond installment, was released. Who sang it? In March, the theme tune to No Time to Die, the latest Bond installment, was released. Who sang it? That's a clue. That isn't a clue. Joe Exotic didn't even sing his own songs, let alone the Bond installment. He hired 2 musicians in Washington, northwest of America, to sing his songs. He hired them to write the music and record them, and then pretended that he sang them. And what I find odd is that in Tiger King, you could watch that whole series and they never explained that. Unless I missed something. Let me know in the comments if I missed something. But basically, I watched it and thought, there's no way Joe sounds like that. He's got a squeaky little voice like this. And he had this kind of deep, full-throated baritone country, kind of really great country voice on his recorded songs. And I just thought, that can't be him. But they didn't make it clear. Why not? I don't understand that. Answers on a postcard. That's London W12 8QT. We're moving on. I'm going to do shout outs in a minute. We're going to do a couple more questions. In March, this is question 3, the world was stunned by one of the most bizarre, oh my goodness, by one of the most bizarre documentary series of all time, exploring the workings of the GW Zoo in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. But who was the zoo's eccentric owner? Oh, spoiler alert. Okay. In March, the world was stunned by one of the most bizarre documentary series of all time, exploring the workings of the GW Zoo in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. But who was the zoo's eccentric owner? Everyone knows him by his nickname. Should we say an extra point if you get his birth name? Am I even allowed to do that? He's got about 10 different names because he's been married 3 or 4 times, plus his birth name. And he had a stage name that he performed his magic under. He performed magic under the name Cody Ryan. There's a little bit of trivia for you. I think if I went on Mastermind, this could be my special subject. Okay, let's do some quick shout outs. Hi, can you please tell my son Arlo to go to bed? Arlo, go to bed. I said go to bed right now. That was me getting my intense, overwrought dad voice. From Dad, who donated £20. Arlo, I'm only going to tell you this one more time. If you go to bed, well, there will be consequences. Right. No phone, no TV. No, too late. Phone privileges are taken away. How old is Arlo? Does it say? He's gone. Joe Hall donated £10 and says, shout out to my folks who both had their 75th birthdays in lockdown. Hello, folks. Happy birthday. I had my 50th birthday in lockdown. Dory says, do you have anecdotes on Carol Baskin? I think Carol Baskin got a raw deal from that series, is my honest to God opinion. And I feel as though she's a true animal advocate. And the series made it look like she was just another tiger hoarder, which is not actually the case. She has a good reputation in animal welfare circles. And no, I don't think she murdered her husband, for what it's worth. But feel free to disagree. Don Lewis was the husband's name. No one asked. Shout out from Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Thanks for lighting up our evening for a great cause. From Jess and Jimmy, who donated £20. I can hear police sirens. I hope is everyone staying safe? I think it was Amina. Lou and Stu donated £5. Shout out to Lou and Stu, your biggest fans from Bristol. Thanks, Lou and Stu. Love to go to Bristol, my lover. Danny M donated £10 and says, shout out to Matt and Oriana in Wigan. We're going very national all over well, certainly all over England, and someone in Utah, unconfirmed. In August, this is question 4. In August, the Great British Bake Off returned with a new co-host. Can you name them? Well, it says them, so maybe you need to name both hosts. That's what I'm guessing. Name the 2 hosts. So not the experts, I'm guessing, but the hosts. And this is, okay, name drop alert, but I had the privilege of being on Bake Off about this time last year. I came second. Not officially, they can't say that, but unofficially, I was second. It was clear. Paul Hollywood said it with his eyes. I think they wanted to make me first, but it would have probably looked bad. They don't like me to win too many things. I've got 3 BAFTAs. And I also had the privilege of being a cake on on Bake Off. And so that was a twofer. It sounds like a boast. It's not meant to be a boast. It's just what happened. Liz Griffith says, love you, Louis. Great quiz and great cause. Kindly donated £5. Thank you for that, Liz. In September, question 5, which member of One Direction welcomed a daughter into the world? In September, which member of One Direction welcomed a daughter into the world? Don't know. You may know. Question 6, which James Bond actor passed away in October? That was question 6. Which James Bond actor passed away in October? No clues. I won't do an impression. Question 7. Oh, look, hang on. We get some Bristolian coming through. Joanna says, after I said my lover, Joanna said, Gert Lushmi Babber. Gert Lushmi Babber. Try saying that in a West Country accent, you grackle. Okay, how was that? Be kind. That was my Joe Exotic impression. Gert Lushmi Babber. We've got 200 Twigers, me Babber. I've lost. We did 6. Which James Bond actor passed away in October? This is 7. The Crown returned to Netflix in November with a new series. Which American actress plays Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher? The Crown returned to Netflix, me Babber, in November with a new series. Which American actress plays Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, my lover? Okay. Wow, we're killing it. Total raised £10,322. Not bad for a night's work. Well done, people, but keep the money coming in. No interest in my Queen Elizabeth rap, I notice. You're missing out. It's a lot better than the one I did on the Weird Weekends episode, and I can remember it, which is the difference too. Michelle donated £30 to wear your antlers. Okay, finally, guys. I was worrying I wasn't going to get to wear those. Thanks to Marie Curie for all of the great work they do, and well done, Louis, for your excellent hosting. Okay, get ready. When I come back on, I'm going to be transformed. Half man, half beast. What do you think? Uncanny. surprisingly lifelike. They stay on for the rest of the round. Thank you for that, Michelle. They're really pinching into my head, but it's worth it just to raise money for such a great cause. Dashing, are we going to get Dashing through the snow? Is that where we're going? Question 8. Also returning in November was I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. No, just Dashing, says Amina. Fine. Oh, okay. I leapt to the pun, and I wasn't even, that's not where it was going. Fine. Also returning in November was I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but which contestant stunned viewers and her campmates by discussing romping with Prince Edward? Oh, I didn't hear about that. Also returning in November was I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but which contestant stunned viewers and her campmates by discussing romping with Prince Edward? That was me shaking my antlers. Thank you to Joe, who donated £5 and says, thank you, Louis. Thank you, Joe. Romping with Prince Edward. Okay, fine. Some great questions there. We'll have the answers soon. Read some shout outs. Okay, maybe I will. Total raise 10,322. Have I said that? Thank you to Joe. We did that. Thank you, Louis. Thank you. Callum donated £3. Hey, Louis, you know, no amount is too small. £3 is the lowest amount we've had. And £3 is £3 better than no pounds. You know what I mean? Think about it. Hey, Louis, don't erase it. I haven't finished. Keep up the great work. It's my partner Gillian's 30th birthday on the 8th, and she's not loving it. Could you cheer her up with your biggest happy birthday? Well, I have to keep it down because I've got a child next door, but I'll say, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Gillian. 30th birthday on the 8th. The 8th is coming up, unless it was 8th of November, 5 days away. So, you know what? You're building up to it, and actually enjoy the things you can enjoy. I had a great 50th in lockdown. I did my Joe Wicks workout. I stuck to my routine, but it felt special just being made to feel special. And, you know, just ask for something that you really want and cherish the loved ones that you have around you. And a huge thanks to Cav. My ears are getting hot. Who donated £30. Well done, Cav. 30 big ones. And I know I said something about, was it Baz who donated £3? It was Callan. You know, every little bit of help, every little bit helps. Keep it coming, even £1, even 50p. Is that the right message? My ears are getting hot. I'm going to take the antlers off. So here are your answers to Culture Round, 1 point each. Are you ready? Sip of wine. Read through once, no pauses. The news organization that put a ban on oil and gas advertising was The Guardian. The Guardian. No Time to Die was sang by Billie Eilish. I nearly said Eilish. The GW Zoo in Wynnewood, Oklahoma, come on guys, if you didn't get this, you haven't been paying attention, was owned by Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. I'm going to unanimously say, but Amina can contradict me, if you said Joe Schreibvogel, give yourself an extra point. Can I do that? Am I allowed to do that? Also, you don't get an extra point for these, but Joe Maldonado, Joe Passage, Joe Maldonado Passage. What else? Well, Coney Ryan, we already said. Yes, you can have an extra point for Joseph Schreibvogel. Schreib means write, and Vogel means bird in German, so I'm told. The GWZ, we did that. The new co-host of Bake Off is Matt Lucas, who took over from Sandy Toksvig. I think we're looking for Matt Lucas and the other one, Mighty Bushman, Julian and Noel Fielding. He'd already been on it, of course. Matt Lucas. Shout out to the Sleep Fox family in Devon who donated £10, my lover. Do I do that for anyone from the West Country or just Bristol? Amina can let me know. The member of One Direction who recently welcomed a daughter into the world is Zayn Malik. The James Bond actor who passed away in October was Sean Connery. The Crown's Margaret Thatcher is played by Gillian Anderson. And the I'm a Celebrity contestant who regaled us with her tales of romping with Prince Edward was West End singer Ruthie Henschel. Never knew that. Not sure who Ruthie Henschel is. Amina, do you know who Ruthie Henschel is? I don't know. I'm assuming it's a woman. And what does romping mean in this day and age? I don't want to get graphic. Past the watershed, 9:30. Some amazing memories there. Yes, there were. I hope you're all enjoying the quiz. Yes, I do. A couple of quick shout outs. Devon is good too for the very, very accurate accent. Well, I'll take that with a pinch of salt, my lover. What was the other one? My babber. Thank you, Kendall, who donated and is a student nurse. And says, thank you so much, Louis. You really made me smile. Carly, 5 Ys in the chat room, got 7 out of 8. Oh, Stewart's inquiry. That's so good. Might need to be drug tested. Hello from Ellis, Rosie, and Louisa. Very cool. Some nice little messages coming through, my babber. I'm going to stop saying my babber now. I've never lived in the West Country. I normally just do Joe Exotic. I don't really do other accents. I do Uri Geller. Hello. I'm not going to bend the spoon for you, Louis. I'm glad John Colshaw's not here anymore. Now I can hog the limelight. Read a question, wait 3 or 4 seconds, read it again, wait 5 seconds. Okay, fine. We know how to do this. What round are we on? Round 5. It's the fun facts round. It's the last round before the lightning round. It's getting late, people. I might pick it up a notch. The price of puppies has soared since lockdown. But according to the BBC, which breed saw the biggest price increase? Cocker Spaniels, Jack Russells, or Cockapoos? Is it wrong to find the word cockapoo funny? Then consider me guilty. Convict me now. I think cockapoo is funny. I made myself laugh. The price of puppies has soared since lockdown, but according to the BBC, which breed saw the biggest price increase? Cocker Spaniels, Jack Russells, or Cockapoo? How much would you pay for a Cockapoo? Quite a lot. After dark, know what I mean? Question 2. Actress Pamela Anderson got married in January and separated 12 days later, but how many times has she been married? Is it 3, 4, or 5? Actress Pamela Anderson got married in January and separated 12 days later, but how many times has she been married? Is it 3, 4, or 5? She used to visit Julian Assange in the Ecuadorian embassy. There's no carnal relations, no romping, it's implied. She brought her cockapoo, and that's as far as it went. Who won the 2020 Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role? That's question 3. Who won the 2020 Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role? Count to 5. Which member of the royal family was married on 17th July? Which member of the royal family was married on 17th July? Anyone? Okay, halfway through this round. Quick couple of shout outs. Cockapoo, it's funny, someone says. I agree. Mrs. Job says, shout out to my daughter who's 13 on the 28th of December, sadly having to celebrate with mum and dad. Oh, mum and dad. Rather than her friends due to lockdown. XXX. Helen Muriel Thomas donated £20 and says, Louis, did you come up with a porn star name when you explored the world of porn back in the 90s? Thanks for the quiz. Good question. I did. I actually had, because I got tested, and the idea was I was getting involved in the world of porn, and I got my Polaroid taken and naked, and I went along and was even offered work, and the porn name I chose was Sir Lancelot. And I don't even know if it's particularly funny. I just thought it was mildly amusing. Sir Lancelot. There's so many porn names that would work quite well. I think that if I was doing porn now, do they say that it's your middle name plus the street you grew up on? Is that how they do it? In which case I would be Sebastian Elsinge, which doesn't sound that sexy, actually. Question 5, also in July, if anyone wants to let me know how you get your porn name. Oh, it's your pet, isn't it? It's your pet's name plus something else. Help me out in the chats, and then someone can let me know. Also, question 5, also in July, which twins did US actress Tara Reid from American Pie surprisingly reveal that she was in lockdown with? Was it the Cheeky Girls or Jedward? Was it the Cheeky Girls or Jedward? Also in July, which twins did US actress Tara Reid surprisingly reveal she was in lockdown with? Was it the Cheeky Girls or Jedward? Someone said it's your porn name. Microcosm 1984 says it's your first plus street is your porn name. So I would be Scratch Elsinge, not Sebastian Elsinge. That's a lot better. Scratch Elsinge actually is a pretty good name. Okay. In the Borat film, this is question 6. In the Borat film sequel, which American political figure agreed to be interviewed by Borat's 15-year-old daughter? Actually, actress Maria Bakalova. In a second, I'm going to do some shout-outs. Calm down, everyone. We're on 10,580. We're going to break the bank. In the Borat film sequel, which American political figure agreed to be interviewed by Borat's 15-year-old daughter? Actually, actress Maria Bakalova. I could give you a clue, but I'm not going to. Okay, IB donated £20 too and says, hello, Louis. Please say hello to Samantha B. Oh no, Samantha Ree. It will make her year. Hello, Samantha Ree. Ellie and Paul donated to see you. They donated £30 to see you with the Santa hat on, which arrived today and was too small, so I had to cut it at the back. I'm going to do that. With immense gratitude for the work of Marie Curie, Edinburgh, where our lovely Helen was so wonderfully cared for. That's what Ali and Paul are saying. I'm shifting to the side so I can put my Santa hat on. I'll keep going. Gethin donated £30. Thanks, Gethin, and says it's all for the hard work of the Marie Curie nurses. Hi to James Herbert, sweet like sherbet, from Alex. Was that funny? I have to, if you write it, I'll say it. You could even make me say something stupid. That would be cruel, but if you pay the money, them's the chops, whatever the expression is. Okay, here it comes. Tantalizing, I'm tantalizing you. Pete donated £20 and says, please say, Marjorie, I love you in a Glasgow accent. Widgie, Marjorie, I love you. It's hard. That was me kind of doing Billy Connolly. Marjorie, I love you. I can't do it. My babber, keep me in the West Country. I can't go north of the border. Marjorie, I love you. Widgie, I love you. I can't do it. Okay, fine. I did my best. Don't complain. My lover. Wayne and Heather donated £10 and say hello from Spain. We're gone global. Hola. Vaya con Dios. Me llamo Luis. We are enjoying your quiz. Me gusta. The quiz in Spanish, who knows? Adam and Lucy donated £30. 30 pesos. Shout out to Joss Pott, who starts at Pediatrics A&E at Bristol. My lover this evening. So has had to miss the quiz, my babber. You rock. Thank you. Still waiting for someone to donate to hear the Queen rap. I think it's not getting a lot. I think having heard the other rap, I think like we don't need any more of that. There was a rap I wrote in the style of Queen Elizabeth in 1990. It was a sort of parody rap song that basically was the Queen boasting about how much money she had in the style of NWA. If you remember the OGs from the days of way back. That was old school. That's how we used to kick in. Total raised £10,648. I've forgotten how to say numbers. 10,648. It's changing before my very eyes. £10,738, my bubber. Okay, where do we get up to? Question 6. Back to the quiz. Calm down, people. To date, what is the name of the biggest selling single in the UK so far this year? We just need the name of the song. To date, what is the name of the biggest selling single in the UK so far this year? Just need the name of the song. Question 8, and finally, at which unusual venue did Donald Trump's team hold a press conference on the 7th of November? Great question. And by the way, hold on to your hats. Gwilla P donated £70 to hear me do the Queen's rap. Oh, too much excitement. So before we go to the answers, I'm going to do the quiz rap. And here we go. Unsafety dances says, buckled, most hilarious Scottish accent fail ever. Widgie, I can't do it. What did Margie, I can't do a Scottish accent. What do you say? Oh no, oh no. There we go. I got it back. Oh no. It's very quiet. It's more Edinburgh. Fans north of the border are logging off in the thousands as they hear that execrable attempt. Okay, here we go. The Queen Elizabeth, Queen Lizzie, in the style of NWA. Are you ready? I sit bruised from chalices, stone cold in my palaces, but your crib is so cramped you suckers suffer from paralysis. Rhymes. I ride 'em in a castle. You try to diss me, and pretty soon your arsehole squat in a cell because I tell you it's illegal. Treason. That's the reason. I'm regal. You'll do time for the crime of lese majesty, and fuck the police because they can't arrest me. I know, I dropped an F-bomb. It's 9:40. Complaints are streaming in today after an obscenity-laced monologue on a Marie Curie fundraiser desecrated the memory of the charity. That was a very special moment I shared with you, and I hope that was worth £70. I'm being asked, can you say battered sausage and chips in a Scottish accent? This is cruel. Come on, guys. You know I can't do a Scottish accent, and it just makes me look like an idiot. Battered sausage. Oh, fucking hell. Battered sausage and chips. Oh, fuck, I can't do it. Battered sausage. I can't do it. Battered sausage and chips. It's gone. There we go. Thank you. Amina's put me out of my memory, out of my misery. Blinker84 says, ah ha ha ha, amazing. Donated on text, and a big shout out to all the support workers there. Yeah, you got to get through this. Love Tom, Carly, and Seffi. Can we all pretend that the Scottish battered chips thing never happened? Can we never speak of that again? As long as it's not being recorded, I can deny that it never took place. Now we're going to read the answers. Oh, Christ. I think I just clicked out of it. It was all going so well. We need the answers. Bear with me. That was from me, Louis, and it is being recorded. Sarah and Johnny. Sarah and Johnny say hello from Belfast. Merry Christmas to you and delicious festive treat. Very nice. Oh my God, I've lost my questions. I don't know what I clicked. Amina, we're going to have to put. I need a minute, yes. In my excitement, I clicked. Okay, sorry about that, peeps. Here we go. I'm just scrolling down to catch up with myself. Are we on the, we're doing the answers, aren't we? Round 5. Here it is. Read through once, no pauses. The dog breed with the biggest price increase this year was Are you ready? Oh, disappointingly, it wasn't cockapoos, it was cocker spaniels with a 184% increase in price. Why would that be, I wonder? Question 2, Pamela Anderson has been married 5 times. Question 3, the Best Actress Oscar went to Renee Zellweger. Wow, that was for the Judy Garland film, I think, and she was very good in that. 4, the member of the royal family who was married on 17th July was Princess Beatrice of York to Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi. I don't think you needed to give the answer of the actual guy, just Beatrice will do. Tara Reid revealed she was in lockdown with the singing twins Jedward and her boyfriend. Question 6, the American who was set up in the Borat sequel was Rudy Giuliani. Question 7, the biggest selling single in the UK so far this year is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. I thought it was going to be maybe the Captain Tom one, but no, it was The Weeknd. And question 8, Donald Trump's team held a press conference at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, a Philadelphia landscaping business situated between a crematorium and a sex shop. So add up your scores from each round and tell us in the comments how you did. Did anyone manage to get the full 40 out of 40? Do tell us in the chat. That's basically the last round, guys. If you're playing against friends or family, it's time to see how well you all did. I'm going to read some shout outs. These, where are we at? Total raise 10,829. That's really good. Wife of Brian 42 donated £60, donating for the genius of rhyming Les Majeste and Can't Arrest Me. Thank you for that. And you know what? I've never been flattered on that particular rhyme before, and thank you for hearing that. And you notice I pronounced it Les Majeste to make the rhyme work. Love it. Thank you so much for supporting Marie Curie. Shout out to all the MC staff who are working so hard, and to everyone who's donated. Rhea Jenkins donated £40 and says, happy 40th Aaron B's. My broken record in the chat room says Spanish accent was muy bien. That was me slipping into a little bit of Spanish. Philippa donated £20, says, thank you, great fun. Okay, thanks guys for all those nice messages. Shall we talk about the scores? All the scores have come in. Some amazing scores are coming in. Well done, everyone. Bay FM got 23 out of 40. Ooh. More scores coming in. Hippie Lou only got 15 points. Hippie Lou, come on, Hippie Lou. Still, he goes, boo. Well, there's no such thing as a bad score, only less good ones, and that was a very, very less good one. But if you're on your own, and maybe, you know, it's only easy if you know it. If you weren't the winner in your house, don't worry. Now is your chance to win back the glory because, guys, you thought you were off the hook. No, this is the lightning round. If you win this, then you are the ultimate 2020 quiz champion. You still need a pen and paper. And again, no looking up the answers. I'm going to give you 4 questions. The answer to each is a number. Write your 4 answers down, add them together, and for a chance to win our prize, post your total in the chat. Did you get that? I'll say it again. You still need a pen and paper. No looking up the answers. I'm going to give you 4 questions. The answer to each is a number. Write the 4 answers down, add them together, and to win the prize, put your total in the chat. It's a lightning round. Speed is of the essence. One person with the correct answer will be chosen at random to win a special prize, a personalized video message from me for a person of your choosing. It could be a relative, your best friend, your boss, or even you. The lovely people at Marie Curie will arrange it for you. So now if you're ready, it's time to play the lightning round. And to give you a helpful clue, the answer to each question is, wait for it, a 2-digit number. 2 numbers. Okay. Ready? Read each question just once. The Queen and Prince Philip celebrated their wedding anniversary last month, but how many years did they celebrate? Question 2. This year's Glastonbury Festival was cancelled in March, but how many years would they have been celebrating? Question 3. In the week ending 8th March, by what percentage did toilet roll sales increase in the UK? Hope you're paying attention because these are going by fast. Question 4. Most of us hadn't heard of it last year, but to the nearest $1 million, what will Zoom's net income be for 2020? Remember, every answer is a 2-digit number. Okay? Recuerde. When you've got your 4 answers, add them together and post your total in the chat. Is that right? When you've got your 4 answers, add them together and post your total in the chat. Your total capitals. I'll give you those questions again. Okay. Will I now? Yes, I will. Before we do them, we'll do a couple of quick shout outs. Reprieved. I thought we were going to do them just once, but we're going to do them again, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Total raised 10,860. Rachel donated £10 and says, who is the one person you would love to interview, living or dead? In terms of living, I think to get into the world of Trump would be amazing, right? I would probably focus more on talking to Melania. I think the world of Melania, the strangeness of having to be in a relationship with someone who's so sort of kind of impregnable in certain respects, mysterious, so shameless. Is that what it is? You know, would be fascinating. Of people who are dead, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was wondering about the Roman Empire and being around someone like Caligula. You know, and as debauched and decadent as we think of ourselves as being, you know, with things like aspects of reality TV and libertinism in the world of adult film and the internet. But actually, the Caesars thought nothing of feeding Christians to the lions, right? And enjoying the entertainment of people hacking each other to bits live before their very eyes, like in the Colosseum. And, you know, all kinds of strange, I mean, they would just eat their dinner and watch someone having his head chopped off for fun. You know, I don't think even Boris Johnson does that. That was a joke. So do you imagine going back in time with a film crew and kind of when Louis met Caligula or when Louis met the Caesars? I would be very curious to see that. Or to make it. Someone anonymously donated £5 and says, it is a weird world. I just saw a tractor that turned into a field. That was mysterious tumbleweed noises. Big thank you to Jack, who donated £250. Wait, we have a winner of the lightning round? I thought I was going to read the questions again. We have a winner of the lightning round. Lai Honyin from the chat room. FFS already? Lai Honyin. That's a great name. Congrats, Lai Honyin. You won the lightning round. You only heard the questions once. And you snooze, you lose. They call it lightning for a reason. It never strikes twice, I guess. Is that appropriate? 208 is the answer. Did you get close, peeps? I don't know why I said peeps twice so far this evening. I've never said that before. Lai Honyan from the chat room, 208 was the correct answer. Can I say another big thank you to Jack, who donated £250? That is an enormous donation. Whoever you are, wherever you are, Jack, feel good about what you just did. We are very, very grateful. What's happening now? Huge congratulations to Lai Honyan in the chat room. They correctly said, good use of Faye. It's a very gender neutral name, isn't it? Could be a group of people. They correctly said that the total answer was 208. Well done. Someone from Marie Curie will be in touch. I'll be recording a personalized message for you very, very soon. So shall I give you the answers? Basically, the Queen and Prince Philip celebrated their 73rd wedding anniversary. Is that right? The Glastonbury Festival 2020 would have been its 50th. UK toilet sales increased by 60% in the week of 8th March, and to the nearest $1 million, Zoom's net income for 2020 will be 25 million. Not being funny, you might almost think it would be more. 25 million is a lot, but like, is everyone not on Zoom constantly? How do they even monetize it? Actually, I have subscribed to Zoom, so I can get more than 45 minutes. I've answered my own question. I joined Zoom to have a longer video conferences. Guys, we're getting very close to that time. So 73 plus 50 plus 60 plus 25 is 208. Well done if you got it right. Did Lai Honyan get exactly the right answer? That's extraordinary if you did, Lai Honyan. My hat is off to you. We'll have to put it on, take it off. My hat is off to you. Well done if you got it right. And by the way, that's it from me. It's been an absolute joy to spend the last hour or so. Well, let's be honest, what has it been, 2 hours? I hope you've had as much fun as I have. I'm sorry I was a bit shambolic. I think I might have been enjoying it a bit too much. I hope you were enjoying it too much as well, my bapper. It was really fun. A huge thank you for your generous donations. It will really make a massive difference to all the people that Marie Curie help. And the lightning round winner, is this something coming in? Before I'm going to check my live. And the lightning round winner, slight correction, can you please email in to Marie Curie to claim your prizes, or prize, singular. We are almost there, 10,000. We're just under 11,000. You bastards, you didn't get to 11,000. You've got to stay on. No, you know what, I tell you what, I'm going to make it up to 11,000. How about that? I just did that. I must be drunk if I'm pledging money willy-nilly with gay abandon. So we got to 11,000 with my donation of whatever it took to get there, £104. So thank you very much, everyone. It was lovely to see you. Stay safe, sleep well, enjoy the rest of the evening, and take care. Good night, everyone.
I just want to say a massive thank you for all of you who've joined in our celebrity quiz. If it wasn't for people like you, we wouldn't be able to provide care, expert care, for patients and families, especially during this pandemic. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Have a Merry Christmas.